Hey, I'm Crystal X. You're listening to MSP Sound on KFAI, and I have the one and only Jordan Johnston with me. Hi, Jordan.
Hi, Krista. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate your support and having me on.
Oh my gosh, you are always welcome here. This is space for you. Even if you're famous in LA, you can still call me. Traveling around the world with Janet Jackson. That's fine. I am making things up, people. I don't know. I'm predicting the future. That's what I would like to see.
Me too.
Well, we're not here for me to predict your future or manifest things, so we can do that too. But the real reason you have a new track out.
Yes, I
About
do.
to release a new track. Sorry, you're about to release a new track. We're going to listen to it tonight, which I'm very excited to share.
Awesome. Yes, yes. And the new track is called Mr. Right, which is available on all streaming platforms Friday, May 10th.
Ooh, very exciting. So, is this listen to the track? I love it, of course, naturally. And tell me a little bit more about the track, or is this kind of the start of a few more singles? Is there other news you want to share with us?
Yeah, so this track, it's different from the first single that I released this year, which is Say I'm Sorry. Say I'm Sorry was definitely Minneapolis sound, R&B ballad esque, and this one, Mr. Right, a little more up-tempo, funky, kind of more fun song. Um, I had the pleasure and honor of having Mike Scott, who is the guitarist for Prince and Justin Timberlake, to play on this track. So that's pretty awesome to have him on this track. And yeah, this is just kind of a fun, funky dance vibe. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, tell me, how did you connect with Mike Scott? This sounds like an amazing story.
Yeah, so Mike Scott, I met him at the Paul Peterson Funk Friday event. It was like his 200th Funk Friday show at the Green Room, and Mike Scott was on that. So we connected that way. And yeah, so he's played on a few more tracks that are going to be released this year too. Um, yeah, so his playing is just unbelievable. Just his feel, his pocket, his understanding for music, um, is just exceptional. And it has to be if you're playing with Prince and Justin Timberlake and other people like that.
Right. And now with you, of course, as well. It's got to be top notch. Uh, how that I feel like that event was like in the last couple months. You move quick. You both moved quick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That just happened. I think like February or March, something like that. Yeah, and Mike, I mean, his musical sense and ability is just so high where it's like you just send him a track and it's like he'll listen to it and it's like, yeah, I got 10 ideas, I'll record them, does everything in like one take and then just sends it right back. So it's really impressive.
Oh my gosh. So if he's sending you 10 different, I mean, this is 10 different variations of uh yeah, of the track. I'm sorry. My brain, yeah, we're hearing numbers. My brain is shutting down. Um, okay. So he's sending 10 different variations of what he has ideas for this track. How are you picking which one? Or do you have, or you're like, is this how remixes come out? Some remixes are like different versions. I'm sorry. My brain is just like going on overdrive. I will stop and let you answer.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just being a producer, it's just trying to pick out what's needed for the song, you know? It's about serving the song, not necessarily just kind of what sounds the coolest, you know? Um, so that's what like being a great producer, like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, they know exactly what they want. They'll pick out, say, do this, don't do that, so it's just trying to have that kind of an ear. And Mike Scott also has a great ear too, so you know he'll do he'll just provide options, but he kind of knows what I'm gonna pick too because he just has that kind of an ear of just what's just gonna serve the song. Um, but it's just always fun just getting tracks from him and just listening to them. So
Oh my goodness. That's very cool. That's really amazing. And yeah, because you are, I mean, you're producing your music as well. So yeah, you have your producer and your vocal hat and songwriting and all the things. That's not easy.
yeah. Hmm. Yeah, it can be very easy to go down the rabbit hole of let's try this, let's try that, let's try this, but yeah, just trying to stay focused on the vision and just trying to serve the song. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, very cool. That's very cool. Congratulations on the new track.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So you were on the show last September. It was very close to your album being released. I think you may know where
Yes.
I'm going with this. Uh, I also warned you at a time where I was going to go with this. But tell me about your album release show at, now I can't remember what is the name of the place?
Uptown Theater.
Is it Uptown? I thought it was Uptown Theater, and then I blinked. Anyways, sometimes I get too excited. I cannot think because you are experiencing in real time. So at Uptown Theater with Stokely, how was that? What was that experience like? How I've seen videos. I was heartbroken. I was unable to make it. Tell me everything that you want to share.
Yeah, that was an amazing night. One of the biggest shows of my career so far. Uh, Hopefully it can just keep getting bigger though. But that was a great learning experience too, just being around stardom like that. A guy like Stokely, just thinking about, his 30-year career, you know, starting with Mint and having his solo career, just being able to be in his presence and learn from him and just kind of his embrace for me, his embracement, just kind of putting his arm around me, showing me the ropes. That was just really cool because it's he's also like one of my musical heroes. So it's not just like some kind of bigger artist, that's just allowing me to open. It's like I really look up to him. Also, he's from Minneapolis, so it's like there's just that love there. Um, but yeah, the show was amazing. Uh, Everything kind of went flawless, which is very rare, but it did. The crowd they received it really well too. The feedback was amazing, which is hard too, being a opening act, trying to just warm up the crowd, and they don't know who I am. They've never heard any of my music, so trying to just win them over, which we did that night. So that was an amazing experience. Yeah.
Oh, I'm still sad I didn't make it. Okay, but thank you. That would have, what a show. What a way to kick off your album release show. Stokely. Man, Stokely just hanging, doing this little thing at the Uptown Theater. No, doing a big thing, a big show at the Uptown Theater. They're also, I recall seeing very interesting photo on social media because there's also another guest there that night.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes, Jimmy Jam was there.
so what does Jimmy Jam do? I'm just kidding. What? That is incredible. Did you know that he was going to be there?
I had gotten word that him and possibly Terry Lewis were gonna be there the day of, but it was like unconfirmed though. Um, but he unfortunately missed my set. He had gotten there late. He had just gotten there for like the start of L.A. Buckner and Big Homie's set, I think. Um, but yeah, so he missed my set unfortunately. But yeah, I heard he was there. He was sitting in the balcony, so I had to run up there with my CD and gave him a signed CD, and I had to meet him, talk to him, get a picture with him. It was amazing too, because I mean, he's Jimmy Jam. He's met hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. But he had followed me on social media about like a year ago. Um, so I wasn't expecting him to really kind of recognize me right away, but he did right away. He was like, "Oh yeah, I know you, Jordan." I'm like, "What?" So that was kind of like, "Oh wow."
would have fainted. It was a good thing it was you and not me.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, he's just everything he's done in his career, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, him and Terry Lewis, I mean, it's just legacy, just hits upon hits and the inspiration there too, it's like a guy like Stokely, a guy like him, I really look up to these guys. They're not just, some musical guys. They're people I really look up to, heroes. So, yeah, that was awesome.
That's incredible. Shame on Jimmy Jam for being late. But I love you, Jimmy Jam. Okay, just if you're watching. Um, that's wow. That's so incredible. That's so exciting. I mean, that's just so much fun. Congratulations on all of that. That's Jordan Johnston rocking through the world.
Thank you, thank you.
So what other shows do you have coming up? Where can
Yeah,
people catch you?
well, I recently just performed, opened up for Life Jennings, at the Caboose. That was Saturday, April 27th, I believe. So that was a great experience, just getting in front of a different crowd. You know, I was a little nervous, going into that show. Just I feel like my sound and what Life Jennings' sound is, I thought the fans would, there'd be a little bit of a disconnect, but they received me well, so that was a great feeling. Um, but then upcoming shows, I have a single release show for this song, Mr. Right, June 1st at Bunkers. It's my night at Bunkers. I have a special opener, Ray Covington, opening up the show. And then that single release is June 1st at Bunkers. Uh, yeah, and there might be some other special musicians coming in and playing with us that night. So we'll see.
Oh my God, Jimmy Jam. Very good. Janet is Janet. I know she's coming soon. Can't tell me. You can tell me off mic. Am I just,
Yes.
do I need to tone it down? I'll tone it down.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah, so that's a
yeah.
show I'm looking forward to, June 1st at Bunkers.
Okay. Well, very exciting. I also want to talk about you released a version of Rub You the Right Way by Johnny Gill.
Hmm.
Let's talk about that. What was that like?
Yeah, so a producer in Germany by the name of Onyx, he reached out to me via Instagram, and I mean, it's funny because he's a huge Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, Flight Time fanatic as well. And so he reached out to me. He said, "Hey man, I did a remix of Rub You the Right Way. I would love to put you on it." And I'm like, I heard the track. I'm like, why not? It makes sense. Um, so yeah, that was a cool experience just working with another producer, especially just I've never worked with somebody that far away, out in Germany. So that was a fun experience, and uh, I think we tried to do it justice. I can't be the judge of that, but that was a fun thing to do.
I think you definitely did it justice. So I'll just
Thank you.
jump in and say,
I appreciate
well, that's so cool. How was it? I mean, it's not like you're taking a back seat to producing, but having someone else to have, how did that go?
that. It went good. I mean, I will say that I definitely have a certain way that I want things done and for them to sound, and just kind of being like taking a step back and like allowing someone else to kind of drive the mission or the car, I guess, in that sense. Um, that was a interesting and different learning experience for me. But it went great because Onyx is a great producer. Um, so yeah, that was cool.
That's awesome. And I guess I don't mean a back seat, like co-producing or like your
Yeah, yeah,
passenger seat,
yeah.
not back
Hmm.
seat. Okay, I clarify. Well, Jordan, congrats on everything that's been happening. I hope we get to connect in another 6 months or so, and I can't wait to hear what's happening at that time. And I feel like so much has happened since we chatted last.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a daily grind, just being a artist in today's world. Um, yeah, it's just every day counts. Just trying to do what I can to just push my career forward, and can't do it without the support of people like you. And so I really appreciate all that you do for me and the whole Minneapolis music scene. You do a lot, so I thank you for that.
Oh, Jordan, thank you. All right, Mr. Right. So Mr. Right's coming out everywhere Friday,
Yes, Friday, May 10th, Mr.
Friday,
Right.
May 10th. And we're going to get to listen to it a little early tonight.
Yes, yes.
Do you want any other introduction to the track before we play it? Do you want to introduce the track?
Um, yeah, I guess you can just call me Mr. Right, Right.
Oh, wonderful. Thanks so much for stopping by. It's wonderful to see you. And I'm sure I'll see you at one of your shows coming up soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Krista. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Jordan.